It's been a fantastic day with some really good, passionate and thought-provoking speakers.
We really enjoyed the day.
Likewise, really enjoyed it, and I thought there were some great questions coming from the audience as well.
The reason for coming along today really was to understand the different levels of complexity around building and cultivating a culture.
I think the event is great in terms of looking at people who are my peers across the industry.
So I really like the day because I like the combination of having a company that actually does sort of brand and culture, and then hopefully a practitioner's perspective from myself, and then a theoretical, more psychological underpinning about how do you actually get people to shift and think through their value system. So that was a really nice combination.
Working with SMRS today on the workshop with different perspectives from a practitioner, from a consultancy, from an academic, was really, really interesting.
So we were talking all about some of the myths and secrets and successes of building a great culture within a business. That starts with just understanding even what the definition of culture and work and how those two things can clash together.
And then we offered some tips around how to build a great culture, and I think the overriding thing is make it authentic to you. So start with who you are and your reason for existing as an organisation, and make sure that feeds through everything that you do.
We'd love to keep on working on these events. I think they're such a good way. As a workshop, you get small groups of people today, but you can make it really relevant to them, and the conversations that you can have about issues that matter to them is really important.
So I was asked to provide the practitioner's perspective, so really what does it actually mean to try and bring a culture to life within an organisation. So I've really just tried to talk about the beliefs that we have at Cancer Research UK and how we've tried to weave them into everything that we do, and some of the things that we've learned from that and some of the challenges that we face. So hopefully it's given a chance for people to see how easy or hard it is to actually do it in real life.
And also giving us a very fresh new perspective on the kind of thought leadership that we're seeing at the moment in industry. And it's really good to get the sort of business perspective that we saw with Sarah, and also get the perspective from a psychologist, which is Alan. So it's really good to marry those two together.
At Changeboard today, I was talking about the complexity and the confusion that exists around culture, and shared a couple of stories with the room about how do we move culture forward, how do we transform culture. And one of the things is understand the 8 different levels of value systems that exist in the world. Know where your culture is, what values set they're operating from, and what the next evolutionary stage is.
My thoughts on today, I was really pleased with the fact that Future Talent is aiming to cover some of the big mega trend issues, whether that's globalisation, digitisation, ageing workforces, but culture is something that always comes up when we're talking to our community about big important issues.
So it's always wonderful to spend a bit of time with Changeboard because they're such invigorating events. The audience is very engaged, lots of good questions and really good interaction. So it's always a pleasure to come to the Hospital Club and work with Changeboard.
It's been a really good day from that perspective and made you think very differently, so I've really enjoyed it.
I'm looking forward to such sessions in the future, I should say. So it's been great.
Because for us it is about asking the big questions, getting people to think about what's important to them, but also having some practical elements as well of how it can be relevant to HR professionals in their day-to-day work.